after 7, and we are on our way to Fall Fest. I've got a car full of kids, and Steve's got my car full of stuff, and hopefully I didn't forget anything super important. It's like weirdly foggy out, and I'm having issues keeping my window defrosted, mostly because it's like on the outside, like I'm driving through fog and it's sticking, which is kind of silly. And I'm in my car, which is much louder, and our road is very potholy, and the shocks on this car are very old. I don't know why a car at 205,000 plus miles isn't driving like a dream. I'm baffled. So anyways, I am headed to go and get my car full of stuff and set up my booth, and then when Steve gets off around 8, I will trade him the kids a bit, and then we'll just figure out our day from there. So hopefully it will all go well and smoothly. So it is 9:15, and the craft show today was a big fat bust. I sold exactly one item. I sold a stuffed cinnamon roll, and that's it for a whole day. I was there from when we set up this morning. The craft show started somewhere between like 8:30 and 9-ish. I was fully set up by 9 because I did some extra like pricing and moved some things around and relabeled some stuff. I was fully ready to go about 9-ish, and I had everything packed in the car by 3:30, and I sold one thing all day. Big fat waste of time. And that is not the first show I've done in that particular city that has been a big fat waste of time. It's never been that bad. But, yeah, I will definitely have to reconsider whether or not I do other shows there. In part, I think it's because the show was not the reason people were there. It was for a fall festival, and, which was primarily a car show, and the people from the car show didn't really come over to the area that they had set up for what was essentially the farmer's market is there on Saturday mornings, and I guess the Lions Club wanted to, like, extend the farmer's market, which is not what was explained to me by the person who was my contact for it, but whatever. I was the only person there that had anything remotely handmade. There was a honey vendor. There was somebody selling Premier jewelry, somebody selling Scentsy, somebody selling Usborne books. There was one person who usually attends the farmer's market, and she had made homemade pies and, like, pastries and stuff. And then there were 2 people there that were selling, like, essential oils, I guess. And actually, I guess there was one other person that had handmade stuff. But there's, like, a bigger scale. They're furniture makers, and they had their furniture out. And I'm not sure if they were there as part of, like, the craft show specifically, or if they were almost just there to, like, display their stuff. If they were going to be there to display things regardless of whether they had this craft show or not. I'm not sure. But they ended up in a slightly different area because their stuff was big. But yeah, sales for everybody were bad. My sales were particularly bad. Yeah, just kind of lame. But Steve spent most of the day over at the garage sale. Also, he said there just weren't a lot of people, like, garage sailing. There were people driving around town, but not a lot of them stopping. Because not only was there the garage that we were doing with our friend, but across the street there was another one. And people just weren't stopping for those. And I saw the same thing yesterday, that there were a lot of people driving around with, like, vehicles full of furniture and things that were more junking than garage sailing. But they kind of do this, like, combo thing for the treasure hunt. Yeah, so it was just kind of overall. But the kids got to play. They played with their friends' kids, and they had a good time. So that's good. And, I mean, we came out of it with money we wouldn't have had otherwise, and it was definitely a good effort. And, they always have a little more information about me doing craft shows in Washington as to whether or not I should or should not. And Steve was happy with the effort, so that's good, because I was a little worried he was going to be mad that I didn't sell a lot. But he was still happy I went, so that was good. And I got to go, this morning we went to set up, I got to go and see him at the sheriff's office, because he was still working when I got there with the kids, and we needed to go and use the public bathroom at the sheriff's department. So we went to use the bathroom and went into the control center office part. Dispatch is what we call it. And got to see his new setup, and they've recently, it's been months, but I have not actually been up there when he was working to fully go in and see, since they got this new desk set up with all these screens, and looks very high tech and very fancy for what we are as a small county. So yeah, we got to see it. I told him he looks like he has his own little bridge on the Enterprise when he's working. So that was fun and made it worthwhile. And then I came home. I got home just as Steve was serving himself ice cream, so I got ice cream too. I told him I should not have had, extra today, because I didn't earn it like I did after the last craft show. But he gave me a big scoop. Well, big scoops, because one scoop is never enough. A big bowl anyways. So that was good. So any of you that have watched before, after a quilt show, I always let myself do something fun, and I do something that I want to make. Well, the, bigger, more successful I am at a show, the more fun I try and make whatever I make. Or, the more I try and give in to, what I want to do at the moment instead of something I should be doing. But, yeah, today my reward crocheting, I guess, is this. I'm starting on Christmas presents for the kids. This is for my middle son. Shh. But they've seen me making it, they just don't know what it is or why. It's a hippo. But I made those, and then I'm this far through the body, so it actually should, we'll see. If I don't fall asleep when I go to finish putting the boys to sleep here in a few minutes, I might finish all the parts tonight. Now I am out of stuffing, so I have to get that before I can, finish it. But overall, it was a pretty good day. Kind of long in the middle, but I got a lot of crocheting done. A bunch of those dolls that I had almost finished, I made their hair, and I worked on that and the faces and stuff. And so I got a lot of work done, because that's all I did today was work. But, yeah, because there weren't a whole lot of customers to talk to, and even the ones that were there just weren't super interested. I don't know. It was clear that it was not the right place for me to be. But it was good that I was there, and I know that I got my name out and stuff, so that is good. And the next time I do something or encounter those same people, they will know more who I am. And I am also gaining a reputation, because I saw people that I already knew. They're like, hey, I know her stuff. And there's some kids that walked by and super waved at me. There was a kid yesterday that came with his mom, and she had been a vendor at the last craft show I was at, and the kid had bought a bird, and he saw me, and he was eyes lit up, and he waved and saw what I was doing, and that was pretty fun, because it's hey, look, it's the bird lady, and there are worse things to be. So anyways, I hope that you all have a good day, and I will talk to you later. Nighty-night. Bye.